Hey, Palmer West Sports Council. My name is Dr. Carla Wolford, and I am a 2009 graduate. And I was very active in the Sports Council back then. And what I want to bring to you guys today is I'm going to share another video with you about gait cadence. And inevitably, you will all work with runners in your practices, and you'll know that and find out that people just run. Like, they run because they think they know how to do it. They don't think they need a coach. And you'll find a lot of gait abnormalities. And I've gone through chi running seminars, pose running, natural gait, and they all have different components of what makes their technique good and what makes it maybe not as good. So I use a collaborative approach when I work with athletes, and I choose to do, I use an OptiGait or an OptiJump system, and that's just my personal preference. And I would say the biggest problems that I had right away in practice were that I would tell the patient all the information. I wanted them to know everything about their gait. Well, the problem with that is you can't fix everything at one time. And so the further I've gotten into practice, the better I've gotten with this. And I will usually do a gait analysis. Now, whether you have an OptiJump or OptiGait, or you just use slow motion on your phone, as long as you have a treadmill and you can learn some things from it, I think that's really valuable for that person coming into your clinic. And what I usually like to do is find the 3 biggest takeaways. So how I do that when I have them on the treadmill is I will give them a gait cue and I watch. And I know, hey, did I do that at the 30-second mark? And then I watch and see, did their technique get better? Did they load their feet better? Was there less overstretching or overreaching? And I pull those. And what I send them away with are 3 cues, no more. And I have found that this is the best way to get them to basically make a positive change in their gait, because they don't have a running coach. Nobody you work with is gonna have a running coach. And one of the biggest things that I usually do for them is if I can get them to a cadence. There are so many people that overstride or overreach, and I'm not super big if it's are you heel striking, are you forefoot, midfoot? We can get really technical, or we can just help people run better. So a lot of times if I get them to a metronome or get them to a cadence, all these other things that I see in their gait go away, because their brain has to get their feet down faster, and it takes away a lot of the garbage. So I would say the number 1 takeaway from this is I hope you guys can start understanding gait cadence and foot placement, and how simply running to a beat can neurologically stimulate your brain to get your feet to turn over faster, and it will take care of a lot of the elephants in the room so you can focus on those minor gait tweaks. So hopefully this tip will help you out for this week, and enjoy working with